everyone. We're the Bearded Bastards with the Villains. The Man, wrapping up session 34 of our pretty intense D&D 5th edition game, The Ancient War Reborn. I'm your DM, JVD.
And I am player. No, I am Evan, the Great with Villains of Man. Playing Luda Silverstring, the Elven Bard, Paladin, a Bahamut, Harper Agent, and very not trusting of her allies.
But there are allies.
They are.
Okay.
Never give a reason not to trust me.
Hey, I'm the Bearded Wanderer with the Villains of Man. I play Rhykerr Noric, the Moon Elf Rogue / Warlock of Cloth, and yeah, pretty intense.
I am Smarty playing Rhykerr Noric, former Worm Speaker of Emerith.
You, sir, can give me the recap.
After escaping my mother's wrath, which honestly I did not think would happen, I thought she would kill us all. We fled to Loudwater and then to the city of Waterdeep, where we now speak to Acria and apparently a fellow named Leosin, where I will divulge the information that I have garnered in my time these last 5, I believe, years serving as a member of the cult.
No, it's been a while. I think it's been 5 or 6. You've been gone for 9 years since everything happened with your dad, so. But anyways, continue on.
Oh, that was
all you got? Okay. So,
I'm aware of everything that happened over here.
So we're in the Black Vial. You guys have given your weapons up and whatnot. Did you agree on this wand Mondath had? Do you still keeping it?
Yeah.
Have you not let him seen it, so you have no clue what it is?
So
Right?
I'm on the shit list right now, bro.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I can give it out, but I'm not giving it out until someone knows what it is. That's why I was asking.
I know magic.
But stay in character. If you wouldn't give it to him, you wouldn't give it to him.
I'm not gonna get to
He wants it. He's not gonna lie to you about it. He wants the wand.
I do want
But I have
No, I know he's gonna want it.
it. I mean, I saw her do stuff with it. I got hit with it.
Yeah, with like necrotic damage and stuff. Yeah.
and acid on top of it.
Although her axe had all the acid.
I'll trade you a fancy dagger for it.
Did you take this axe, this halberd she had as well? That was made by Ward.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got it. Okay, just make sure. Okay, so you guys arrive at the Black Vial. Luda, Leosin, and Vesper. Acria's down there at a table. She's got the 3 wise men with her. Jason, and I'm sure, Rhykerr, you've now changed your clothing.
Yes.
Okay. As you guys were sitting down, walking in, Rhykerr and Jason, you guys are not too far. You're a little bit ahead of them, and as you're walking up, Acria's finishing up her conversation with Rhykerr, and she's congratulating him on a very job well done infiltrating the cult and whatnot. She's very curious to the information she's got, and she gives you a gift because you could tell there's something between these two. Rhyker's very happy to see her.
And I am apologizing for my failure in not being able to bring the mask.
She's like, we will discuss such things in private. She's like, but without you, I'm sure we will not be anywhere near close as what we're about to find out. So please indulge us with the information that you have. And let it be known, you do now work for the Lord's Alliance through me. So anything you know, our allies here need to know these harbors. And she motions to Luda and Leosin.
And I'm telling you, she is looking sincere, correct?
Who? Acria?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very happy to see you.
I'm talking about telling them everything.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to care because if there is no world to
If I feel that she's being honest,
you are.
then of course
And when she just gave you this ring.
Oh, sweet.
So
Is it fire in me?
no,
That's
I think you will be very pleased with what it is.
Oh, right on. That's awesome. Of course, Acria. Where do you wish me to begin at the recent or the? Do you wish me to begin for the recent or the later?
You start wherever you want. You know the information I gave you. How you give it out is completely up to you.
There are currently the 5 worm speakers we slayed Mondath, I believe is what, to my knowledge, you now call her. I knew her as by her first name. But they are 7. His dragon is Piranoth. Mondas dragon was Ragaham.
It's a crazy name, isn't it?
Vragmantar. The white is speaker is Taurus.
You guys have met Talus before. Met her on Skyreach Castle. I'm not really, can't really recall who exactly met her, but one of you guys did meet her.
The cloak one?
No. No, you actually met her. She had left.
Yeah. The dragon is unknown, but it's said that the former one speaker, a dwarf named Verum, was fed to it. I was Imerith's worm speaker, whom I came to call mother.
He was?
Yes. She has now chosen my adoptive brother, Cyanrath, as her new speaker in my betrayal. I did what I could to slow and stop the cult across its entire conception to what it is now. They're led by 7. An intelligent, wise man, one worthy of admiration and fear. I convinced several cult leaders to attempt to assassinate him before the current incarnation, but it backfired horrendously. Almost amusingly, though, to attest to his might.
When you do say this, Acra looks at you like that's kind of impressive that you.
The former leaders did not convince he killed himself.
It's like a true Zen trying to turn some within against another to rise. And you would know that she's kind of done this herself.
Of course.
Maybe you've learned from the best.
I try. He, as one that speaks for Piranoth, an ancient red worm, he garners much respect among the others, though not amongst other red dragons. I tried to off Iramith with the giants, which also backfired when you discovered her. I insinuated her amongst the storm giants, who convinced her to insinuate herself, and planned to drip feed them information about her until at such time that they could rid her of us for me. Thanks for that, by the way.
You just realized you ruined his plans.
When you were gone, I would have had a complete free reign.
To clarify some things, he was using her in the lair of Maelstrom to keep her away, to set the giants against each other while he was trying to tear apart her part of the cult.
That's... Beyond that, I can tell you the locations of where they each nest. And
You say this, you see Leos, and he scoots up intently when you say this.
of course,
He says, please.
we are allies after all.
Yes.
Do I believe that he believes we are allies?
Well, he's intently listening. He'll tell you, I have searched the cult of the dragon out for 4 years now and have not once found any of their locations. Just small bases of operation here and there, but nothing of significance.
Rogamathar nests in the Mirror of Dead Men.
You guys, there's a... To be prepared for this, Acria has set up a map.
M-E-R-E of Dead Men.
Yeah, Mirror of Dead Men. It's a swamp.
What's the dragon that's there?
Rogamathar.
Just put Vrog.
Vorog.
Yeah. Because his name is extremely long. Okay, you guys will look this way. You were here at Waterdeep. You guys are over here at the Great Peak Mountains. The Mirror of Dead Men is right here. So that's just north of you by about maybe 150 miles. Continue on.
Talus lodges at a hunter's lodge north of Parnast.
Parnas is where you were captured by the ogres,
It
by the way.
was charged with overseeing the treasure that we must amass for the ritual.
So, to point this out on the map, if you'll look this way, you were just right here. There's Parnast. That's how close you were to Parnast.
She claims that her dragon came willingly, that it chose to serve. Though none of us has seen it. I have my doubts, but I do not wish to act on them without being for sure. It would be folly to anger an ancient dragon by myself.
If you guys remember, when she says this, what's on your hip, Luda?
Oh, Cloud Chaser.
What did Cloud Chaser come from?
A white dragon.
What is Talus? What worm speaker is she?
Wait.
And where did you kill the dragon at? This from Parnas.
Yeah. I say, since we're talking truth,
Of course.
I believe she did have a dragon, and now he's this.
No, you don't have your weapon on you.
Oh yeah, fuck.
No, it's your armor.
No.
I tell you,
I gave you a hand.
yeah.
But
I'll tell you that I believe her dragon might have been slain by the Greenfield Company.
that's what to do. The God above us told me no. I have doubts. The others are quite old, you see.
This one was fierce.
The dragon that you fought, as he says this, that you fought on Skyreach Castle, think of its size compared to Imrith.
Oh yeah, it's not as big.
Severin is at the will of dragons.
Now, you spoke earlier, Severin.
Yes.
If we die with a piece of the crown, it goes to Severin.
If the worm speaker dies, it goes to Severin.
Who's Severin's word speaker?
Severin is the worm speaker of Piranoth.
Okay, Piranoth the dragon.
And what is Piranoth? He goes and asks.
Red. Female.
Angry. He knows a lot about dragons. And he says, are you worm speakers set in a hierarchy like dragons are, with red being the most powerful and feared of dragons and the white being the lowest, kind of like the ordning?
Is it that way? Amongst us?
Is it? How have you felt? Because you know who you
I know who my best friend is.
Okay.
My responsibility, I am blue.
And where is blue usually sit among dragons?
Second.
There you go.
If it aids or confirmation or declination of such things, Seven was my best friend.
So you're saying Severin trusted you the most, so you were seated second?
Above most others. He valued my support.
Continue on.
The Well of Dragons is in a dormant volcano of the Sunset Mountains.
To show you guys another map.
What is this, Richard?
This is the Well of Dragons.
Well of Dragons?
Alright.
That specifically is where the crowns return to.
So if you'll look,
You just got out the other book.
where this all began in Greenest, Mr. Wonder, to kick you guys in the ass, you all began in Greenest. You're up here in Waterdeep. The Well of Dragons is right there.
Wow.
So, you know, maybe about a 6-7 days travel from where this whole campaign started. Anything else you're wanting to divulge?
The Green Dragon speakers Kinsha, but the dragon's name is Truth. No, out. This is the one that was the Dracolich, right? Or was that Hermanthar?
There's no Dracolich.
No, that was.
None of them are.
No, was.
None of them are.
Not are.
Oh, you're talking about yours. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, none of them are. Yeah, never mind. You are correct.
The
Yes.
green,
It is tough.
Yeah, he was the one that was brought back to life. Yes.
green speaker is, what's her name? His name?
She. It's a she. Kinship.
The truth rests in the misty forest and the high moor, constantly moving location so as to not be seen by King Meladrock's scouts.
Okay, so if you look, you're here in Waterdeep. Right here is the Misty Forest. And right here is Waterdeep.
Okay.
So you're realizing your enemies are south of you. You have the enemies north of you.
As a show of power, the power of Tiamat, Severin brought truth from being a Draculich to a living dragon once more.
You could tell this takes Leosin off guard when you say
We're
this.
not dealing with random cultists without a purpose. They are sincerely powered by Tiamat.
He says that's surprising. The Cult of the Dragon has never dealt with living worms until recently.
Until Severin came along.
That makes sense.
I told you. He either convinced or disposed of the other leaders. He was driven by a purpose by Tiamat. He's ambitious and smart, intelligent. He's a threat long before this plot ever came about. That's why I attempted to have him killed within the order.
And it's a shame that never happened.
His tenacity is admirable.
And he says, Tugal's change so quickly within the Cult of the Dragon, yes, that's very interesting. We have the wrong person here. I'm not the person that should be questioning this. We should have bought Sir Esteval.
That's the purple dragon eye.
Yes.
Did you say that loud?
Yes.
I was about to ask who's Sir Astaval.
He tells you
Telling truths to each other now.
he's a purple dragon knight. He doesn't battle anymore. He's here for Cormanther.
With all due
Premier, yeah.
respect, that would have been a great idea.
He said if I knew the information that you were bringing was to be as valuable as it is, and
I was with the cult since before its current
he said
incarnation.
yes, but as a spy, I did not think you would be such a high-ranking member.
Dude,
Sir Esteval has been following the cult long before any of us here probably even had dealings with them.
would I know who he is?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
No, and he has slayed many a dragon in his lifetime.
I have been with the cult since before the incarnation of its current form, but Acura did tell you I had a mask. I was a worm speaker, correct?
Yes, and he kind of looks at Acura, so he's like, she did mention this a couple of days ago. It would have been nice to know ahead of time, but she has been playing her cards perfectly. And she just sits there and smiles. She said, I told you when the time was right, I would have someone.
I suppose you wish to know the ritual being conducted by the various outcast members of the Red Wizards of Thay.
He kind of Red Wizards of Thay.
Yes, outcasts, exiles, wishing to depose Asaz Tong.
You say that in that kind of using a sigh of relief, but yet worried when you say they seek to dispose of their lich like god.
The ritual requires a massive amount of treasure and hundreds of living souls to be sacrificed. And the Mask of the Dragon Queen. That was created by the 5 other masks. Roth Modar, I believe, is the one in charge of the ritual. Figuring out how it works, it opens a gate to Avernus.
So what you're saying is if we stop any of this, if the wealth isn't big enough that it'll stop Tiamat from rising. So what you're saying is as simple as Tiamat's a typical dragon and she desires gold before she'll even come forth.
She is the goddess of greed, after all.
He says, so what you're saying is everybody that's been taken by the cult, there is a chance they're still alive.
Absolutely. Most of them would be.
He looks at you, Luda, he's like, do you realize the good we could do there? I mean, in a time of war, what a good sign that would be to bring families back together, friends back together.
Where are they kept at? The
I don't know.
treasure hoard where they do something?
The Well of Dragons.
Oh, the one right there from
Heranoth's
Greenfields.
lair. I want you to understand this before you make plans to go there. It's the lair of an ancient red worm.
We have a friend that has a red worm.
Cloth is quite ancient and powerful. A proper holder of one's allegiance in that way, however, he's complacent as well. If we could rouse Cloth to come and depose Apiranoth, by all means you have my full support.
So
Can you do such a thing, Vesper?
Tell them all that gold and stuff's there.
Vesper has seen Paul's treasure hoard. It is immense.
It would just double.
I am sure Cloth will also have another desire if he would do such a thing. One that you've already spoken to me about.
He wants all the crowns.
Yes, Cloth wants all 5 crowns, masks. Be it as a trophy, a treasure, or to garner favor with Tiamat himself, I do not know.
He doesn't like Tiamat.
Or does he not like her coming here?
Doesn't like her coming here because then he's not the most powerful.
Do you
So
believe
do you believe that Cloth is playing both sides?
Imerith himself has been speaking to Cloth.
Her.
Said herself,
Yeah.
didn't I?
You said him.
Oh, myself, my bad.
She's a he, she.
She can
Not that here's Villain's Man. We, you know.
She can freely
Against
change
that.
her shape.
She can, yeah. She's a shape changer.
It's like Jurassic Park.
Okay, so go
Gender,
ahead.
whatever she feels like at the time.
So go ahead and say what you can say.
Has been speaking to Cloth repeatedly over the several days.
No, you read that wrong. Over all this time.
Oh,
this
every
going
few
on.
days.
No, not every few days. Just occasionally they spoke through this entire time. These years that this has been going on.
Because Imerith counts Cloth as a tenuous and untrustworthy ally, but an ally nonetheless. Much as you claim yourself.
Then she should. If she could be killed, Cloth would not mind it.
If Cloth is as strong as he's believed to be, he could kill her whenever he feels.
He could. why
But
would
he
do
does
it?
not. To do exactly what you claim he wants.
That's why I'm here.
Why here? Why send food that does not stand a chance when she's been in your home?
Because it's fun.
Is that really what you think?
It's all games of Cloth.
Then you truly are lost.
So Leosin asks, so Cloth wants all the mask.
You did not tell him.
Yes.
That all happened with the Order of the Gauntlet and stuff at the gates and stuff.
He wants all the
I'm
masks.
talking about from.
Yeah.
Is this fellow not your ally? I understand you are all suspicious of me. I've spent many years since the death of Qatar with the Zhentarim.
Dude, tell you, you are a speaker of dragons.
Was.
I am also a speaker of dragons.
I had to give up my mask to get out.
Not the same kind of speaker you are, but I have communicated.
I was sincerely hoping she'd just step into the maze, but she is quite smart.
I'll tell you, I will relay this message, and maybe we can have allies from the dragons themselves. And I give some names off. I don't know if I told Leelson some of this stuff.
Yeah, you look these
Yeah.
names because you've told what they wanted in
But I
return.
don't have all the names, but I have some of them. I'll tell you that I have met Bahamut himself.
You did not met Muhammad.
Well, he showed up in spirit.
He has his
dropped it.
shield down to you.
He tossed a shield off the top of a mountain 2 planes away. He just landed in front of you. Like, oh,
I'll tell you, Tazmakalia, if I'm saying that right, is a copper dragon who is I have met, and she also wants some of these crowns. I have met a gold dragon, Proganther. Is that correct?
Promanther.
I have met another dragon who takes the form of a silver dragon. I'm not mentioning her name at the time.
You've met a dragon that takes the form of a silver dragon?
Well,
that is a
a silver dragon. And on my character sheet here, and I also tell you that while we was there, the sword that your brother wielded, if I have to, I will best him in combat. That sword goes to, I have to return that sword to the copper dragon.
When
My
you
brother-
say this,
not my brother.
Well,
The
yeah,
half dragon, black, not blue.
yeah. The ones you say it.
Resmir.
Mm-hmm.
oh, never mind. Go on.
Now that we have acquainted ourselves, I now trust you.
My thanks. Good.
You say this, and
You still
Leosin
never
just kind
introduced
of
yourself.
looks at you strangely when you say this.
I'll just turn to Luna and I'll just be like, you should trust no one.
So you sour because her. I'm not quite sure the relationship.
Look, there is no need to bring this up, as Leosin just cut you off. We know. And, he kind of looks at you with sympathy, you know, because he can tell that you're hurting, Vesper. And he says, so, in your own opinion, Rhykerr,
There is one more thing.
Yes.
We do not speak of Emerith, my mother. She should be soon bringing her children to the east, attacking Adbar, Ironslag, Felbar. She's called the Dragon of Statues, for that would scorch her lair at Amphitheater Theater in Oscor.
so do you think she's taken the mask there?
If she plans to be with her children when they attack, or does not trust me, then possibly. So that she herself still has one if we were to attack the Well Dragons. The mask would give me power to influence her.
He looks at you, Luda and Vesper, and he says, you realize Brunor Battlehammer is there. The king of Gauntlet Realm is there. They're going to take out 2 of our most powerful allies. And if Emerith destroys Ironslag, she'll have the Primordial. There'll be no Vodendod. That will cripple us.
Is that where Varys is that?
Varys is north up in Luskin around the Mere of Dead Men.
Do I know if he knows how to teleport people?
You've never seen him do it.
Fuck. I asked if there's a teleportation circle that can get us there.
Get you where?
Where Brunor's at.
Let's see. You already know the answer to that if you'll think.
What
Yes,
town?
there is.
What town is he in again?
He is at Ironslag.
Yes, there's one there. Oh my gosh, where the fire drive. Yes, there's one there.
There's one at
There's a
Everett.
village outside. Yeah.
A couple days south.
I look at everybody and say, we got to get there now.
No, you don't understand. They're probably already under attack. We're receiving reports from up in the north that dragons are attacking. It makes so much sense. It's blues and it's whites.
Mother is tenacious and cunning.
He says it'll only.
And
I will
brother
say,
is quite honestly a daft
the
dog.
dwarf king is not by himself if he is at Iron Slag. The fire giant's there to help him.
He said, but here's the thing though. We're trying to raise our armies now, and then if they know that he's there, that cripples us. They're there to build the Vodendad. They needed the
He
Primordial.
did.
This was only maybe 6 days ago that he had left.
You gave a primordial to a fire giant?
Ackery tells you it's a long story.
That's
But he does have a good point. That is
How quick did he say he could get that thing to work?
He had a lot of the pieces already. There was very little that he needed of it.
Maybe.
Ackery tells you a very important detail that I will tell you soon of. But
of course.
it seems that we need a plan of action, and we need one quickly.
If the other red was his name is Asbaratos as well.
So, with what you know, and you know these locations, Rhykerr,
I've been to most of them, give or take.
what do you think the best plan of action is?
Where's Purple Dragon Knight? Is he here?
He's went back to
Can you
Premier.
call upon your dragons?
It's a good question.
Never tried.
You can send them to aid the North Iron Slag. Aid 2 dragons versus 5 is hardly a fair fight.
But we don't even know if they'll side with us. We don't even know if anything they've wanted has been gathered. Surely, you know how dragons work. Dragons require tribute, treasures, and good aligned dragons are no different than evil.
They said they will help.
Forgive me, I assume that the paladin held sway over fellow worshippers.
I tell you that they
I think he just insulted you.
report. I kind of like this took it because I tell you that they wanted these crown pieces in return, and they were going to help us.
Why would you promise
Crown pieces.
Well,
the
the
dragon mask?
One of them wanted a dragon
Yeah.
mask.
somebody wanted to drag a mask.
What did you plan to do with the dragon mask? Partition them both?
The dragons were going to put them on another plane of existence.
You're going to give dragons... Fair enough.
I say we do have allies. I have many people I can reach out to, but I don't know. We need a plan of action before I do this.
She was like, Leoson's like, but here's the thing. We need an immediate plan of action. Everybody's gathering their armies, and surely good King Bruno will recall the armies of Felbar and Adbar. They're right there, but they still need to prepare themselves from battle. Felbar is still rebuilding from the war in the north
You
just
could-
years ago.
Inform the storm giants of their locations as well.
They could be.
I did a good job at pissing
Emerith
the
did
storm
say
giants off at
that
Demerith.
she did say something about giants earlier in our little talk. She said the giants know of her location.
They're of whose location?
Emerith said that. Emerith told your stepbrother that I'm pretty sure that just DM said that the giants know of her location.
No, they knew of her, that she was
Oh, okay.
within them.
Yeah.
Like she was infiltrating.
And the giants told you that they were close to the Storm King.
I
But
tell you
we
that-
don't know that.
Yeah.
Because you were trying to be a sneaky little shit. Let me read that you were
Yeah, so there is information you need to share.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I did send a message to her and told her that the blue dragon has the mask
Is that it? And when did you send such a message?
earlier when I did not trust you.
You did not trust me when I did nothing but help you.
And you trust him now.
No, he's being honest now, I believe. He also insulted my friend Orin. Did not sit well with me.
You shouldn't trust him now.
Really? We don't have time.
I do tell him I'm going to send a message to the princess to let her know of the location of where this possibly could be going down. They have that means to get there to help, possibly.
So you're gonna send a message to Princess Sarissa right now.
Yes, I think it's that important.
Count it out.
Say, what's her name? Just so,
Sarissa?
I just told you, Sarissa.
no, not her. The
Emerith?
Emerith, yeah. I say, Emerith and other dragons.
It won't work here, will it? Spells don't work
Yeah,
here.
it's supposed to work here. We gotta do it outside.
I just gonna have to tell him that. I'm just gonna let him blow off a spell.
I forgot. I leave immediately and tell them I'm going to send a message, let her know that they're
When
possibly.
did you never answered when you said the first one.
Oh, it's like right when we.
And you said you had to prepare your healing.
Yeah, I lied to you.
Of course you did.
All right, give me your. You gonna step outside? Do this?
Yeah.
Give me your 25 words.
Say, Emerith and other dragons are attacking King Brunor at Iron Slag. Need assistance. That's where 2/3 of her army's at.
I was going to make a suggestion when he walked out, but okay. I was going to say send them to her later.
Well, too bad. That's it.
I think that's it.
All right.
I can't take back the message.
You feel the tingling in your head, and she replies, "Are in the Nether Mountains. We'll head to the north, to Iron Slag. We will fortify Duke Zalto and the Fire Giants."
Oh Lord,
How?
this has got intense.
So you've got your message. They said that they're going to head to Iron Slag because you've already told them of Duke
Yeah.
Zalto and Battlehammer. You come back downstairs. Everybody's just quietly looking at you.
I tell them that they're in the Nether Mountains. They'll make their way towards Iron Slag.
If they're in the Nether Mountains, they're close to Mother's Nest. They could go there, secure it, as well as try to retrieve the mask if it is there.
But even though if it's Imrith's lair, is it more important to secure the treaty with Iron Slag and Battlehammer and get the Vodendad built? They were two leaders of
You're
our
saying that?
armies. This is Leosin.
I agree with Leosin.
They need to go there. Why don't we use this to strike?
Well, I was thinking that if the Storm King is missing, and they were looking for him, and heading towards her lair, a Storm King could be a bigger ally in that battle than just a couple of giants.
But we don't even. Did she tell you how many people were with her?
No, but she said they could fortify with Iron Slag. Fortify it.
If that is your wish, then I will not counteract
I
it.
think that's the best idea.
Well, then we need to strike ourselves. We have locations. We need to use them. We know that she has the blue mask, but we don't know where she's going. But we know where she's at. We know of the black and where the black dragon's mask was. We know where the green is and the white. We have an advantage here as long as we strike quickly. We just need to decide what is in our best
If I am
interest.
to fight a dragon, I'd rather fight a white than the others.
But you said it's unknown what she has. Who says it's a white?
This is another point I've always assumed for the mask.
So see, maybe you fill in a little too much there. Maybe become a little bit too enamored with how things are.
I think we should take the battle to, what is it, Severanth Dragon?
If he was suicide, by all means attack Pure North.
He was the first. He said he's got the most powerful dragon if we could take it down.
I believe Severn alone could probably take you down, no offense.
Not me, it's us.
But do you realize he's right? It's suicide. You want to walk into where they're going to rise Tiamat with no army behind you? Have I not taught you anything?
Why do we not take out Emma?
Now the green dragon, we mark it off the table, is constantly moving.
I agree.
The white dragon is an unknown element, and if anything is with Imarith. Because you mentioned the whites are attacking with the blues.
In the north, yes.
It's reasonable to assume Talus is with them. And if,
But so you would believe Talus would leave her fortress unguarded?
if she has the mask, that's what is important. We can attack. God, I wish I could fucking scribe, but it's a hard old spell. Because I just scribe on fucking Dallas CSU than a fucking else went on.
But would you believe that Imarith would even lead an attack if they just got the mask? Where do you think they took the blue mask?
What if they
I
took it
believe
to the
they're in
dead?
her lair.
What if they took it to the mirror of the dead man like he was talking?
They will not take the mask to the other day, mas.
But when
I don't
somebody
know.
dies, didn't he say that's where the mask go?
The Well of Dragons.
The well dragon. That's what I'm talking about. The well dragon.
Yeah, the masks go to the well of dragons if whoever's attuned to them dies.
You think we should send somebody there just in case we can kill one of these things?
Do you not realize that it's
That's
suicide?
their lair. The lair of Pirinoth. Severn's home. We can gamble with that Talus is at the lodge. If so, they're. if
See, I'm
there's
thinking all of them
there-
are gone right now for that well, by the way you're talking, but they're not.
Before they showed up, what were you doing at the tower? What were you
We
gathering?
were preparing the treasure to be gathered for the well.
Okay, so it's apparent that everybody's going to be traveling there. Do you really want to travel there knowing that dragons are heading there now?
Varagamanthar is the fastest of the dragons.
See, I was backwards on it. I
So-
thought they was
so
leaving
we know the
well,
name-
they're going to the well.
Of the dragon that's been striking everything down the coast.
Yes, it's Varagamanthar.
Do you know how fast he is? Because obviously by reports he is terribly fast.
He claims to be the fastest of all dragons.
And the way he has hit multiple locations hundreds of miles apart in a day, that makes sense. He has to be. What?
Yeah, I think I just remembered something about that dragon from something else.
So does that dragon have a speaker to it?
Yes, did you not write it down?
I wrote a bunch of stuff down, damn it.
But you know how Evan's notes go.
So,
It's almost like playing Scrabble.
so who do you
We
suggest?
killed her
Oh,
twice now. The dragon speaker died.
Yes, you've killed both black dragon speakers.
yeah.
The first time, Varagamanthar thought it was funny.
So right now the blacks, what he's trying to tell you, have no word speaker.
It was, the first one was Vesmir, deposed in Skyreach. The second one was Fulam.
Mondath.
Well, I was saying that because I never.
Mondath is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
So this fast dragon has a name?
Borag.
For it?
That's the one I mentioned 6 times now. They go on
Yes.
to hell.
So, we go.
I'll write it down again, okay?
Okay. Vesper just asked a really good
What's
question.
What do you suggest we do? Who do we attack?
I think we should take
If everyone's preparing their treasures, then Talus will be the least protected.
Okay, well then we go for Talus.
She does not speak with her. Or I had that backwards, right? She does not speak with us.
She does not speak with you. Her and the blacks are close. You and the reds are close. The green is always by himself.
She's close only to the black, but she only speaks when.
Now, I've gave him so much information, but some stuff he has to piece together himself. He doesn't know exactly everything.
So we have 2 black dragons with no speakers and a white speaker.
No. You have no one. You have no worm speaker for the blacks.
Yeah.
Think of everybody as sex. There's a white per color. The blacks have nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
to speak.
They have nobody, and then the white speaker unknown of a dragon if she even has one.
Yes.
So if we can take her out, they would have no speakers.
But Leosin says, is it wise to go attack someone when you don't know exactly what they have? These other dragons, we know what they have. We know there's a dragon there.
I say we go for Talus.
Well, that's opposing what he's saying. We don't know if Talos actually has a white dragon.
We don't even know if she really has the mask.
Well, I will say that she.
We know for sure the blacks don't have the mask by what he's told us, correct?
It's at the Well Dragons.
So we know where one mask is for sure, and that is in.
And she fed the dwarf to a dragon, which would put it back at the Well of Dragons. It happened recently, correct?
Unless she attuned to it herself. Before she fed it to him. So we have someone. So Vesper obviously wants to attack Talus. But Yosin is all about attacking Imrith because he just knows for sure that they have a mask. It is the most, to him it's the most different, but it's completely up for debate here what you're going to do.
I as well would like to see Mother again.
Okay, well let's kill Emran.
Iron Slag is where we should go.
Wilson's like, okay, go ahead.
Is that where the Emerith is attacking?
No, it's where the blues.
Her children.
Yeah, there's assaults already beginning in.
So do we know where
north.
she's at, Emerith?
Probably
Okay,
in her lair.
let me lay this out real quick. You
All
know
right.
there's attacks in the north in that area. Here. You know there's attacks going on here in the north. You just left from here. Imrith's lair is here. White Dragon lair is here. You're here and someone of importance has already been assassinated. Haven Tree's husband. You didn't know enough. But you've also learned that he is a masked lord of Waterdeep. Anybody know that lore? Masked lords of Waterdeep? Care to explain?
The Mass Lords of Waterdeep are the unnamed governing body of Waterdeep. There's one open face Lord of Waterdeep, which is Silverhand. And the rest of them
Which you've met.
cover their identity so that they cannot be targeted.
And one has been killed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's watch his name from that.
Which means that we have a spy within
Thank
the
you.
Open Lords.
Okay, so besides being here in Waterdeep, you know that the lair for the blacks is up here in this mirror. There's a green, someone down here in the south. So he is saying Talus. Leosin is saying Imrith.
I am likewise saying it, Murray.
We go to
You are
Emerith.
saying Imrith as well.
We go to
Vesper doesn't
Emerith.
care. I don't care.
The
Just,
Frost Giant.
let's just kill something.
The princess is going to help protect Iron Slag. So
Which
we
is
should
up by
go-
Imrith.
So we should go for Emerith.
Okay.
I think we have enough that we could possibly take her on.
Leosin.
If all of our army is somewhere else besides her.
You also realize that you've ran from Imrith too.
We are stronger now.
He says, but you've lost Horde. You don't have Orvustia.
We can get
There's
her.
only two of you.
We can go back to get her, and I could try to
I
bring.
believe that Acria said that we were allies.
True.
I wish to see my brother's head on a pike.
Okay. So there's three of you. Three of you should be easy enough to sneak in. But here's the thing. How do I know that you two are going to get along? And he points at the siblings. Obviously, there's a grudge here, Vesper. I know you're hurting. But can you coexist with your brother? He kind of motions to the other one. Accurate kind of smiles and kind of gives a shrug like, that's not my fault.
At least until Emmerich is dead.
Well, that was one of the lines of distracting him while killing Cyanath, but
Is it possible?
I was trying to say that under my breath.
Is it possible that possibly We can teleport.
We're in a room of non-detection, right?
Yes.
So I can't be scribed.
No.
I'm assuming she can do that.
That might be a good thing to bring up because you know what she's done.
Yes. Mother is a very capable sorcerer as well, having magic in her blood.
Okay, care to explain what she's done?
She is probably able to scribe me. She's able to change her form at will, cast various spells, scribe being amongst them.
Okay, so you're scared.
No, I'm saying she could be watching if I'm not in an area of non-detection.
Okay, so you stay here and we'll go.
If that is your wish, by all means, I'll
But
stop you.
here's the thing. If she can do it just by knowing him, then she can do it by knowing you.
Yeah.
You've already come across her how many times in the last 10 days?
Then we'll just go up and knock.
You know, it's like,
Can you procure us a means of non-detection?
I can try, but if Imrith is as powerful as you say, will it even matter? It seems as if you need a way to draw her out away from the lair, unless you mean to kill her there.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, she'll die.
So,
I wish we had the dragon here that we can speak to.
well, you have options. You just need to decide what you're wanting to do. Now, you're in agreement that you're going to go after Imrith. And you know she's quite powerful. She killed Harshnag. She survived a temple falling on her. She rampaged through Maelstrom,
Yeah.
killing countless storm giants before taking both of Sarissa's
We
sisters.
could go after Rhykerr first, but that would ease stress in the south. They could reallocate forces to the north.
I asked the group, third year in a row, do you think we should go back and get Bruthier, and possibly is there somebody here that can maybe raise the word from the dead?
It's
We know where his
possible,
body's
but
at.
time is of the essence. It's a decision you need to make.
Even if you do bring him back, he'll be bedridden for days.
And we don't even... Who says Ord's not at a place of peace?
He may be, but he does have powerful
Yeah, but bringing him back.
weapons.
It's true, but here's the thing about resurrection. His gear doesn't come back with him.
Yeah. I do not know.
He tells you we can try, but this right here is what's important. I can try to make contact with the people I know. There are people within the Harpers that are capable of such a thing, but right now, that needs to be put in the back of our mind. We need to attack now while we still can gain some advantage.
I feel that while Imrith we know has a mask, will be the hardest target to nail.
But do you not feel that maybe if the hardest falls, it will show a little weakness in the others?
My betrayal's already known to Sever.
So how do we bring Imrith out?
Do you believe that Imrith would come from her lair?
What if we kill all of her babies? After attacking
I'm
Wildfire?
assuming that's
She
what
has
is
no
out.
true love for them. She had no true love for Cyanrath.
Dragons don't know love.
She
we
was
kill-
her
What if we kill your?
third choice.
What if we
I'd say.
still? What if we kill your stepbrother?
If they get the mask. But if we take my stepbrother,
And then kill him.
take him, hold him captive until I can attune back to the mask,
That's the plan.
it would also give me influence over her.
I don't like the plan.
But you want to go to Imrith, though.
This is the way we get Emerald to come
But I
out.
don't like him attuning to the mask.
What have I done to you to earn your desire so? I have put up with this entire meeting since you have found me.
Agria, hold up. We don't have time for sibling rivalries.
Of course.
You're going to have to put this aside. If Imrith is our point of interest, then I suggest we gear up and go.
I agree.
You're okay with this?
Of course.
You can put your differences aside from her.
I've been nothing but compliant this entire time.
You've been nothing but loyal. I believe you. But it's her that needs to put faith in. And all eyes fall on you, Vesper. Can you put your differences aside?
Vesper's not saying anything.
Vesper, if we want to,
She'll crack her knuckles. That'd be it.
if we want this to happen, we've got to get him. The blue dragon, what's this thing? The half,
Sarenrath.
Sarenrath.
We get
Have to
Sarenrath,
Sarenrath.
but Luda attunes to the mask.
Akira says, as long as someone has it. As long as they don't have it, that's all that matters. The only person that I care that doesn't attune to it is Vesper.
I agree as well.
She is too close to cloth.
Fair enough.
In all honesty, I'm the one that's attuned to a good dragon. So maybe I should attune to the mask.
So, we're in agreement. We're going after Imrith. We're getting the mask, and Luda attunes to it, correct?
Yes. Of course.
Then gear up and travel to Everland.